a Freo supporter, I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah, flag mantle.
Oh, settle down, mate. Settle down.
The VFL's 21 teams now, isn't it? Like, surely one of those is better.
He yelled out, "You just got sexually harassed." Welcome back to the From the Stands podcast, episode 4. I'm joined by a man who thinks his shoulders are sore from carrying the podcast. Woodsy, how are you?
I'm very well, mate. Thank you. Good to see the supporters like Roberto Spence making comments like that. I'll take those any day of the week.
And I'm also joined by the man whose shoulder is actually sore. Josh, how are you, buddy?
From carrying the podcast.
Yeah, from actually carrying the podcast.
Thanks, mate. We appreciate it. You're the sensible
that's right,
guy
boys.
here.
Yeah. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, that's good. Me and Woodsy were actually talking before you jumped into the thing. We were like, imagine if it was just me and him, how dumb some of the calls would be. Like, whereas you're the one who actually provides a little bit of knowledge. to not make us sound so fucking stupid. So, but episode 4, boys. Another week done. Another 3 wins for the boys. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on your teams. But I thought I'd kick us off. Friday night footy, under the lights, the country watching. How good? How good are the Eagles?
It wasn't good. Oh. About as good as our multis.
Yeah, jeez. That's bad.
Our multis have more chance of winning than the Eagles do.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like that's an alarming statistic.
Was 109 points?
Yeah, 109 points.
And Shy Bolton literally walked out of the midfield.
Yeah. Weren't we talking like a couple of weeks ago about Bolton, like just not being the guy they thought they would, he would be, and then against the Eagles, he's looked like the Brownlow medalist.
He looked like he looked as exciting as Zach Bailey.
Electrifying.
No, he was pretty electrifying, mate. You're not wrong.
So the Eagles make anyone look good, though.
Yeah, which is crazy. What are your thoughts there, boys? Obviously, we spoke a little bit about it over the past few weeks, and I just think, like, we spoke about a rebuild last week. I don't think that's going to be enough now. I just don't think it's enough. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Like,
is this the moment of being Carlton or Melbourne, where they just sit at the bottom?
Well, they're not even at the bottom though. Like I don't know how, but they're still not at the bottom. Like I think North's below.
No, they are bottom now.
Our percentage? Oh yeah, that's how bad it was.
They are.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and the waffle teams on the bottom with like the same percentage as well.
Yeah.
So they've got nothing. They've gone through Dick Greenwald went through a stat. They've got one good player under 25, and that's Oscar Allen, and that's it.
Yeah,
they've got no under 20, age of 22. They've got nobody playing more than 20 games. I think it is. I think their highest is 18.
Yeah, and then their debutant was one of their best players that they've had all year. It's
probably was best on ground.
They're fucked. They're literally fucked.
Yeah. But they've got a pretty easy run coming up though. The Eagles. What is it? Lions this week, Melbourne next week. So.
I will laugh my ass off if they knock us off.
One of us will get knocked off here. Like it's due. The amount of shit we talk, shit like the Eagles winning against one of us might happen. But I'm going to go to the Optus Stadium in 2 weeks to watch that happen. But
nice, mate. Nice.
I'd love to see Eagles get up, beat Lions just for the content on the podcast.
I mean,
that would be so good.
It's probably going to be 150. It's probably going to be 150.
Yep.
So, but no, it's it's bad as well when like I can't stand Richmond.
Yeah,
and even that was like it was fucking. I was suddenly going, this is unreal. Yeah. And I was like, imagine if that was a team that everyone actually liked that did that.
At least they kept me interested until I think 5 minutes left of the game when Jack Darling finally got his fucking first goal. That's the only thing I was interested in the whole game.
Well,
And then
yeah,
as soon as
our
it
multis-
happened, I just turned it off.
Yeah, yeah. Our multis, managed to get through Friday night's game, which was exciting. We were getting offered $1.60 on Richmond to win that game early in the week. $1.60.
Yeah, better than bank interest, that one.
That is horrendous. All right, boys. We'll move into Saturday, and it was nice to see the Giants finally put it together a little bit.
Just the week that we all tipped against them. It was nice.
Yeah.
Hey, not all of us.
Not all of us. Sorry, mate. I'll step back in my box here. Sorry.
Yeah, good one, Josh, mate. It's finally nice to see you finally get a tip right. Say that when we got
Don't worry, I
the
got
same
them all
out
wrong
the
on
week
Sunday.
before. Yeah. How's that Lions tip going for you, buddy? Yeah, I think I don't want to spend too much time on it because it was sort of a game that was. I don't know about you boys. I wasn't that interested in it, other than the fantasy scores that came thing. I actually went to Freo during the day on Saturday, so I didn't watch the game either.
No, I was watching the boys hit the quaddie at Ascot Saturday, so I missed a couple of games. I did get time to watch the D's though, so the other games didn't interest me too much.
You can actually manage to. So it's good to know that you can hit a winning bet.
There was two others.
If you could just do that
if
you could just do that in the From the Stands podcast group, mate, that'd be.
What was this week's one? Another one leg loss by one disposal.
I think all of us.
Was it?
Yeah, we all had.
I only need Jared Cameron to kick fucking one goal.
Yeah, I tell you a bet that is coming in. Patrick Cripps for the Brownlow.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it Brayshaw or Cripps? You're changing each week.
Well,
I believe it was old mate down there. That's fucking Brayshaw.
Yeah.
Zach Bailey.
No, Biasmith was Brayshaw.
Cripper is $4 for his one goal. Yeah, LA, good goal, mate. Good goal. Or some would say electrifying goal. But yeah, Cripper. The boys got on Cripper to win the Brownlow before the Amy games at $51. He's now paying $4.
Jeez,
that's a huge. He's
good.
Like
he is elite. That's why he is one of the best players, and he's finally playing like that. Like after how many years have we been like, nah, it's Cripps. Cripps has got to come good this year, and this is a fucking finally the first year that we're actually seeing like Cripps be one of the best.
Well, I think like 2018, he showed that he would be that player, and then he just, playing with wasn't it like a broken? You reckon a broken back, but I don't know if there's like an actual broken back, or maybe like a Mike Tyson broken back.
Probably just sick of playing for Carlton for a bit.
Understandable.
Yeah. But mate, so first round. I think he's on like maybe 1, 2, 3. Missed 2 games. Did he miss 2 games or miss 1 game? Just one, wasn't it? Just one. Yeah,
straight back against Freo.
So he's played. Yeah, I reckon he's genuinely on about 14 Brownlow votes already.
It's good start.
How many games? What is
it? Round 7.
He's played 6. We're obviously 7 games in. He's played 6.
And you reckon 14? So it's around.
I reckon he's had 4 best on grounds.
Mm-hmm. Huge.
Yeah.
So is it how many behind Brayshaw? Fuck
7.
off! Shut up! Shut up! Oh, yeah, fair enough, mate. Look, there's being biased, and now you're taking the piss. All right, just taking the piss. I like Freo, all right. I like Freo. Yeah. Josh, mate, you're starting to ruin them for me. Okay,
that's all I come on.
Let us all enjoy it. Let us all enjoy Freo. Okay, right.
We've been shit for that long. Let me just enjoy it.
Understandable, mate. I know where you're coming from there.
No. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Did any of you boys see the Saints versus Port game?
No, I had it on the radio driving home. So I was listening to it as I go.
It sounded like a shit game.
Yeah.
42 points. I mean, the ending would have been all right.
So if you caught the last 5 minutes, it would have been very good. I was reading a stat today that the Saint, you know how each team does a home game away? St
Yeah.
Kilda need to
Yeah.
stop doing theirs because they're currently they're home away from home, so they're 4-4 in Launceston. They've won 1 in Hobart, but they've lost in Shanghai, lost 2 in Cairns, lost 3 in Wellington. At what point are they going to stop doing
Jesus.
that?
and that loss, one of those losses in Wellington was to the Lions when we were like the wooden spooners on an Anzac Day.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one of them, they had a draw in Launceston against Fremantle, and the umpire gave him 2 shots at a goal after the siren, and they fucked on both occasions.
Yeah.
After the sign had gone, before he even marked inside the 50, it was a fucking shit show.
Yeah. Shambles. But and so they're still sitting all right on the ladder. They're still 4th, but like that's a game that losing on the weekend might, like towards the end of the season, they'll wish they won that. That's for sure. I think that'll come in clutch. Depending on whether it's the top 8 or top 4. I think that 1 point loss to a down and out Port Adelaide could be a bit tough.
Did you watch it, Adzi?
No, I didn't, mate. I didn't watch any of it, and that's why I was hoping you boys had, because I'm big on the Saints this year. Like, I think they definitely play finals. So I was gonna say, like you say, down and out Port. Are we counting out Port early, or are we starting to see them turn it around? Because without watching the game, beating the Saints, I saw that result and went, oh well, maybe they're not out of it yet, you know. I was hoping you boys
what
would
I heard,
enlighten me a little bit.
from what I heard, I think, well, apart from the inaccuracy, they killed him on inside 50s. I think that, I believe. Don't quote me
The
on
Saints
that.
did.
Somebody can load it up. Yeah, if somebody
Yeah, I
load
can
it
have a
up.
look.
But they kept kicking it to Alira. That was their biggest issue. They every single time you would hear Saints going forward to be Alira.
But the Saints, Saints led the whole way, apart from
until the
end of the
only
about
another
12 minutes into the first into the fourth quarter, but then they had it. Scores were level for a while, and then a bloody Robbie Gray behind the last kick of the 40 seconds.
I feel like it's what Collingwood did against West Coast that St Kilda did against Port Adelaide, where they just try to bomb it long, and Lear just intercept. Like,
yeah, 61. Sorry, 61 inside 50s to 56.
Oh, so it wasn't too bad in the end. But
so they won the inside 50s, the
them.
clearances, disposal efficiency 65%, Saints 69%, Port.
So when your season averages are mid-70s, that's a pretty poor game.
Yeah, so maybe we're.
You can probably look at the scoreboard and assume that they wouldn't be hitting targets anyway. What was that? 18 behind in total?
4 goals, 18. Oh,
feels.
Yeah, so they've thrown it away more than. Port have won.
But I mean, I'm still not convinced on the Saints anyway. So I think they'll play finals, but I just don't think they'll be a team to worry about. I think they'll be that 6th or 7th team, might win the first final, but they're not going to compete against the top sides, I don't think.
Fair enough. Also, I want to leave our 3 teams till last again. So it leaves us with the Doggies fairly comfortably over the Bombers.
I did watch this game.
I'll say Bombers are just soft, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We spoke a few weeks saying a couple of players out.
Yep.
I don't think that's the excuse anymore.
No. I think they made the Dogs look good. I think the Dogs played well, but I think it's because of Essendon's performance that they played well more than... Like, the Dogs are out of form going into it, and then they look like a really good side again. And then Dylan Shill, how he's meant to be dropped, and he became Medi-sub. And people ripped into him for that.
But we were talking about it, wasn't it? Like him being a waste of like how much they paid for him, and now they're dropping him. Like it's that sort of stuff's worrying when you spend a fortune on him. as your recruitment plan doesn't look well for the recruitment going forward. Like they sit 16th, one win on the board, and there's only North and West Coast behind them.
I had them way higher for
Obviously,
the season at the start of the season, but yeah, they're just not very good.
I think
yet,
everybody did.
Yeah,
it's and that win was against.
How do you turn it around though? How do you turn it
Bombers.
around? That's the
Toughen
thing,
up.
yeah, Bombers.
Mm.
But how you do it, like in the middle of an AFL season, it's not like you can go do the old way of right where you've got to fucking just run to
Yep.
fucking the centre city of Melbourne and fucking back to your training ground or anything, because you just can't do that to AFL players anymore. It's not the way the game works. So how do you
I think they're
punish
lazy at the
them
moment.
but get
I've,
results
like,
out of it?
Yeah, like it's one of those things that like there's clips and evidence that have been thrown around in the media at the moment where they're looking lazy and they're looking poor, especially coming back out of the turnover out of their forward line and trying to defend on the rebound. They're just getting killed there. So until they do that, we'll probably see them at the bottom of the leaderboard, the ladder. Sorry, this year.
Yeah, because you can't drop a lot of them. Maybe you do. You know, like maybe you go 1 week and you cull 4 or 5 of the big players,
But
and
then
then just
if
send
you upset,
that message. But it's like you say, it's a fine line that if you disrupt the group, and then they all
yeah,
just turn, the coach will go before the players go.
yeah,
That's the
easier to get rid of one
unfortunate era
person than
we're in.
22. So, yeah, I don't
In
know.
saying that, though, I'll contradict myself a little bit because I think Simmo should go. But sorry, Josh, you were saying, mate.
I think Simmo will go from what I heard from groups of people. It sounds that there's a massive divide between the veterans and the young players at the club. So
Yeah,
I think Simmo's time's
yeah.
coming to an
So
end.
I think I was more just contradicting myself a little bit in the sense that I was saying the coach will go before the players, and I think at Essendon they've got the players to be performing better. So it's the coach would cop the thing, I think, but maybe a little bit unfairly, but yeah. Simmo on the opposite, I think Simmo probably needs to go.
Have a fresh start.
Yeah.
To go through a
do you think
rebuild, I
is-
think you need a new coach.
Yeah, yeah. Look at the Hawks. You know,
that's
but
it. Sammy Mitchell.
We'll get to them.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be
I think with the Bombers, maybe they do drop 2 or 3, and just try and send a message. But
who'd you
don't
drop?
know. Also, you don't know. Yeah, well, obviously dropping Shields was trying to send him a message. You know what I mean?
But you didn't. But they didn't even actually drop him. They
Yeah,
just made him medi-sub and then came straight back on the field anyway. Send him to the VFL. Like, it's sort of just like, I don't want to hurt
if you're dropping, you've got to drop him. You've got to leave him out the squad.
Yeah.
Like, 100%. But the same thing with like Devon Smith though. That happened, and then he's just been shit ever since. Like, so it's interesting. Do you think maybe the weight of the club and the expectation of Essendon, like, is not at fault, but there's a lot more, being a big Melbourne club, there's a lot more pressure. So when it hasn't gone right,
well, look,
that is just like
look at Carlton.
Amplified.
Yep.
Carlton. That's your prime example. Pressure does get to the clubs. I think it's not the players that feel the pressure. I think it's the clubs, and then they make silly recruiting that then hurts the club.
For sure. Yeah.
Like, Shield is so out of place in that squad. Like, you've got all these young players at Essendon, you're trying to rebuild, and Shield, I don't know what age Shield is, but he'd be late 20s. Like, he's not going to be there in your premiership window. If he is, he's going to be right at the very end of his career.
Yeah.
But you're paying him $800,000 or whatever it is to be scrutinised and probably dropped. Like,
yeah,
you know, and you're not going to get trade value for him
Dunkley
with the way he's
didn't go.
playing. Oh, I fucking love Dunkley.
Was it
Dunkley
to go
I
to?
fucking like
Was it the Bombers?
Yeah.
Like they were going to get him, and he was like last minute.
Bombers.
Yeah, thank God he didn't go. He's probably looking, going, "Whew, dodged an absolute
It's
fucking
dodgeable.
bullet." But yeah, do you reckon that'll be the bottom three? Hawks, North Melbourne, Bombers, or do you reckon they will turn it around?
Hawks? Do you mean?
Sorry, Eagles. I just read the notes for Melbourne Hawks and got the Hawks in my head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Eagles, North, and the Bombers.
You got them.
They've got the talent there.
Cheers.
I think they've got the talent to not be like, what is it, 16th? But
Yeah.
at the moment, they're playing like they deserve to be there. So
Yeah.
I think I don't know, if you give them another 5-6 weeks, if they haven't done anything, yeah, I'll write them off completely to be one of those bottom sides.
Yeah, fair enough. Ben?
Yeah, I'm just looking at who else will be down there. Port, maybe North. Then you got Suns. It's like they can do anything good, but I think it'll be
They
between
haven't
those
versed any of
teams.
those lower sides either.
No, so yeah, I think they'll be down there. Whether they can change something drastically, which they need to do, yeah, I think they'll be down there for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. All
What's your
right,
thought?
we'll get into. I don't think they'll. No, I think they'll bounce back. I think they've got too many gun players. I think. I don't know how, but the pride of the club and the pride of those players, whether they're playing for a fucking ticket out of there or what have you, I think they'll turn it around.
Yeah.
And maybe finish 12th, 11th, 12th, something like that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go into our three teams.
Ooh.
Josh, I want you to kick it off, mate.
Go on, mate. Take it off.
Take the stage. Get the lid back off, mate, for us. Freo doing what the Lions couldn't and winning in Geelong.
Well, I mean, I haven't said it much, but we have to be premiership favourites now, I think.
Mate, you've won in Geelong and you've gone down the ladder. I don't know how that's happened.
Yeah. Thanks for mentioning it, mate. I didn't want to bring it up again.
You did. No, we played really well. Like, I mean, all I've seen is how tactically we've done it and that, which is good. But I think the best thing is that we're doing it without Fife, Tabner, Sean Darcy, and you go and win those types of games. I think that's really a massive thing for more for the confidence of the players going into these tough games.
To do it early in the season too, like you've come out, you've done what most teams can't early, undermanned-ish. I thought it was pretty impressive, and especially for players like Scotty Pendlebury to come out and say Freo's the number 2 seed currently. I think there's a bit of weight behind that too, just purely on the style of game.
What does he
and
know?
we're the best.
I feel like more than us.
Why?
But we're the best defensive team at the moment. I think we range around the mid for the attacking sense, but I think once we get people like Fife in, but Fife is going to be massive to that side because then who'd you try and stop? Brayshaw, Sarong, Fife. Like you're going to have to let one of them just impact the game. So,
but also if you're happy with how your midfield's going, and one of the questions is around Fife coming back, so we'll get to that.
He is
later.
not going forward. He is not going forward. He cannot kick goals. He is not going forward.
But
he can mark it, but he can't kick a goal. We might as well get Casbolt if we want someone to mark a ball.
Well, he kicked 5 on the weekend, mate, didn't he? He kicked 5 goals 4, didn't he, on the weekend, Casbolt?
Yeah,
one time a year.
Fucking
yeah, that one time.
Yeah.
But he will go forward though. Like, you know what I mean? Like he will,
especially when he's low on fitness. He doesn't have the fitness to go straight in the guts for a full game for the first couple of weeks.
He does because he's done it before.
He will go forward.
He's done it before, but he isn't going there.
No, he will start in the midfield.
He's not going.
I'll crack the shit. I will make a whole podcast of me cracking the shits of Fife being forward.
He's not going to start running off half back. You know.
I prefer
No,
that than him being in the fucking
he's
forward line. He misses so many goals.
No, you don't. You don't want that because I was all for Dane Zorko doing that. And then you get him off halfback and he runs around getting cheap little marks. And then all of a sudden he can't kick a fucking hit a target to score shit. He relies on the cheapest, disgusted kicks. And then you put him forward again and he kicks goals. Like,
No,
sorry,
Fife's biggest
but-
asset is his clearance work. And that's what, like, you watch him when he's in Brownlow form, you just watch him at a clearance and he will just run through anybody, get the ball
Yeah.
and kick it forward. Like, he's not great. His disposal efficiency, I would say, wouldn't be that great. It's just he impacts every stoppage. And that's what makes him such a great player. And he can mark a ball, and that's why people think he should play forward. But we need him in that midfield. Him and Mundy, Brayshaw, Sarong. It's a dangerous midfield.
There's no doubt he's needed in the midfield. We're just saying, look, he's going to come back off an extended period of time. He's resting forward.
I'm not resting him
That's
forward.
my-
Rest him on the fucking bench.
Look how triggered he is. Look how angry he is.
Was that all
Oh,
we needed to do to wind him up?
I know.
First day he's back,
5
I'm
forward,
betting
and it
five
fucking
back.
shreds. I fucking hate 5 forward. Like,
Is
it's
that
taken
the,
me so long to get like Tabner
over-
forward, and it's only because
Yeah,
he's
okay.
kicking goals now.
Yeah.
What are you talking
So
about?
it's a
Last
bit of-
year he kicked like a goal a game, nearly. Granted, he only
Nearly.
kicked one a game, but he kicked a goal in nearly every game.
and then probably about 44 points.
Yeah, maybe. Look, who cares? But
I
fair
do.
enough, mate. A Freo a lock for top 4.
I would say yes, only on bias, but
I'm looking at
that's
you,
why I
Ben. I
like
don't
other
know
people
why
to judge.
I'm looking at you, Ben, for an answer. Ignore fucking bias opinion down there.
I'm waiting him. He's like
Well,
he's just said they're premiership favourites, and he's stumbled
Yeah.
on the top 4 question. Right?
Nah. I was waiting for someone else to answer, but
No,
yeah.
I think you're playing a brand of footy that is top 4 worthy. So I think if you keep it up,
Yeah.
you've got the momentum behind you now and a bit of belief. Wouldn't surprise me at all if you take that number 2 seed for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think definitely.
Until we
I
knock
think
Melbourne
Freo
off.
are top 4. Yeah. Lions
You
top,
might
Freo
do
second. All right, speaking of Melbourne, Ben, talk to us, mate. You hung on against the mighty Hawks.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that did we play our best game? Probably not. The Hawks played very well though, and I think
Because they're a good team.
I think it's Sam Mitchell is helping him out there. I am coming around. Don't get me wrong. I know what I said a couple of weeks ago.
Could I be right on something for once?
No,
No.
you're not there yet.
Maybe just one thing.
Well, it's definitely not the Zach
Shame you
Bailey
didn't bet on it.
Yeah.
No, I think Sammy Mitchell's got those boys up and about, and to go pretty close to Melbourne was pretty impressive. I'd be looking forward to seeing what they can do for the rest of the year.
Melbourne's still not out of second gear, are they? First gear, whatever that saying is.
Yeah, have we played our best footy this year?
No.
We showed glimpses last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think we're just chugging along a little bit, just keeping everyone healthy as much as possible. We've copped a few health and safety protocol outs the last couple of weeks that disrupts the backline mainly, and the Melbourne's motto is to start in defence and work it forward. But like Freo at the moment is it backlines everything, and then once we can stop them scoring, we can go up the other end and rebound and score quick. And it's a bit hard when your best players aren't in every week, but that'll come back.
I was watching.
Fair enough, mate.
I was actually watching some intelligent football shows for once.
Nice.
They're a lot more.
Didn't rewatch our
intelligent
podcast,
than
did you?
us. Like,
Yeah, as I
no. But they were saying how Sam Mitchell copied what Adelaide did to Melbourne last year, and made someone play behind May at all times, no matter where May was on the field. There was
So
someone
manned him
deeper.
up. Yep.
Well, not
Which
sort of
pushes
manned him
him
up, but
further.
made him accountable to someone
Yep.
behind him, and so they could just go in deep, and then Stephen May's out of the contest. And Adelaide apparently did that to him last year.
Yep.
And is that our team's going to start targeting that now? Do you think, or do you think
Wouldn't surprise
think we'd
me.
The
leave it
good
at
teams are going to keep their own styles and
Yeah,
put
yeah,
up to the test.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was
it'd
interesting.
be
Someone ran with Langdon, which I thought was really
Yeah.
really.
interesting.
This
Yeah.
this is the thing, right? He didn't actually run with Langdon. He ran outside of Langdon so that he couldn't
Yeah.
get the space.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
was like
yeah. So I mean,
insane.
someone was
Like,
specifically like in a role
yeah,
designed to try and limit Langdon's like
yeah,
That's interesting
impact on the game, which is crazy
because
when you think
he's
normally someone's going to try and tag like a key forward or get someone work on him, or like an inside middle or
yeah.
get
But as
tagged.
soon as he gets it, he's normally out the back breaking out. He's got the speed. He can send it up
Yeah,
forward, and when you can kick him straight, he'll hit a target. I can see why they did it because he's probably the most. Well, once he's got the footy in the hand, things normally happen because he's already on the outside. He's already
yeah,
running. Makes sense to do that. And for someone who's on the ground, the whole game doesn't come off. He always goes to the opposite side of the wing, so he doesn't have to come off. It's pretty impressive run
yeah.
with that one.
Cool. Josh, you mentioned before the good teams will try and just stick with what they know is working and thing.
yeah.
And that brings me to a very good team in the Brisbane Alliance.
Sydney.
Well, this is the interesting because
We've
did any of
already
you
gone
boys
through
see the
Melbourne and
score?
Freo.
Yeah. Did you boys see what the score was at quarter time
I turned
Tell me.
on
in the
in the
Lions
third
Sydney
quarter.
game?
So tell
Tell
Pardon?
me.
us. I turned
It
on the third
was
quarter.
9-all at
Riveting.
quarter time. Yeah.
Yep.
But that was the
Free
thing.
flowing.
Like, no one was playing their game. No one was playing their style of footy. Both teams were just
Yeah.
trying to stop the opposition scoring.
Yeah.
And you could see clearly see at quarter time, like as especially when this is not working. Like, yes, it's a low scoring and they're out the game, but we're not playing. We're not damaging. So then we came out in that second quarter, played our brand of footy, and just fucking put the absolute sword to them in that second quarter, which I thought was really impressive, and especially away at Sydney, we haven't won in 13 years.
Yeah, that's
Another
right. I didn't realize that until after the game and they mentioned it.
which would probably explain why we were like $2.10 the start of the week.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
So I was
we
thinking, like,
were
what the fuck? But
so
also, Sydney are a
confused.
good side. Sydney are a
Yeah.
good side, especially at home.
Yep.
Especially when you got Buddy
Young.
Franklin who can kick 4 goals in
A
fucking, what was
quarter.
it, 6 minutes?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Like, not even a fucking quarter. He kicked like 4 goals in like 3 minutes. I got your message,
Yeah, I know.
Josh, saying we're going to choke. And I was like, yeah, probably thinking we're still like 30 points up. Because I was feeding Harper at half time. And I was like, M took it back. I walk in, there's like fucking 6 minutes gone in the third quarter. And it's like back to like 3 points. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I messaged you back saying, oh, yeah, we'll probably choke, like joking. Didn't realize we actually were like coming out at half time and just like went, we'll breeze this, let Buddy kick 4. So to be under that pressure, soak it up, and then rally back, like, and I think it was like back above 30 points quarter time, 3/4 time. I think was a real statement to how well we're going this year. Obviously, a biased opinion, but in the past we would have lost that game, or it would have stayed close and we might have won it at the end. So I was very impressed with the boys.
It was a prelim, one of your prelim performances until you actually like switch back on. Did you do anything tactically differently, or?
I don't think so. Obviously, that quarter time switch from not worrying about what Sydney were doing and worrying about
I just meant in
getting
that
back to
middle of
was the
that third
thing.
quarter.
I think we just paid Buddy more attention and just tightened up a little bit and just started winning the footy again ourselves and then just controlling it. But we even towards that fourth quarter, Sydney were coming at us, and it was like it was never like tight, like under 20 points, but it just had the feel the way Sydney were playing that if they kicked a couple, it would have been close, but we managed to soak up that pressure and just slow the game down and play it on our terms, which we
Well, they
haven't
did
done
to
in the
Hawthorn
past.
last week. didn't
Yeah,
they? So
and they were coming.
You managed
They were
to stop
coming.
it. So
Yeah, which
no,
we've not done in the past. We would have let them teams run over the top of us, and that's why I think we are a genuine premiership chance this year.
Oh, there's
I
3
just got one
And they kept Zach
premiership
Bailey quiet.
chances now.
So
yeah, I was just
imagine if
about
they
to
let
ask,
Zach
what
Bailey
happened to
run
Zach
wild.
Bailey?
Electrifying goal. Imagine if they let him run wild. Gee,
I
probably
think
would
they
have been another,
did,
like,
and he
80
just couldn't do
points.
fuck
They
all
did.
still.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. Alrighty, boys. We'll move into the game that haunts us all, but we are addicted to coming back every year. Fantasy football. How do we go? Ben, I want to start with you, mate.
Finally had one good week this year. And it happened to be the week where everyone scored well. So I scored 2,252 and went up
Nice.
8,000 ranks so I'm sitting at 30,000.
Ooh.
So that sums up my year today. But
Yeah.
yeah, fairly big score there, which I'm happy with. Just the rookie, I don't know. It's one week the rookies performed, the next week the premiums perform. I can't have all of them once. The rookies this week
Yeah.
may as well not have played. So,
Apart from your boy, Greg Clark.
oh yeah, I did call that.
Yeah,
He's a premium. He's a premium.
He's a primo.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice, mate. Well, you beat me. I was 2,244. And during that Lions game, I was watching my rank just slowly slip away as Callum Mills dominated.
Mhm.
I'm ranked 1,799. So
Yep.
Did you have
that
Lockie
hat
Neal?
conversation was nice for a week. And what did you say, Josh?
Do you have Lockie Neal?
I do have Lockie Neal, yes.
Oh, that's right then. Yeah.
I do. But I captained Max Gawn after
Oi,
his
oi.
VC. Joshy, mate, how did you go?
Shit. 2105, and I'm ready to delete. So
Delete team.
You gonna start playing your youngsters, mate? Get a few games into the younger fellas.
come on, I'm not West Coast. I'm not
The
that bad
rebuild.
yet.
The rebuild.
Are you blaming the painkillers this week, mate, or what?
No, just shit players.
Yeah.
That's the thing I love about fantasy is it's never your fault. It's the players' fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Except for last
fair
week.
enough, mate. Arguably, though, you had like all week off last week, so in theory, you probably should have done the best because you had more time to spend on it.
I was knocked out for half of it. Come on, give me a break.
Who did your boys trade in this week?
Greg Clark and Max Gawn. There you go.
Oh, instant
I've done
reward.
well this week. Yeah,
Instant
I've done well
reward.
this week, and I captain Gawn too. So
Nice. Did you VC him and then loop him?
yes. I'm
Nice.
the backup. I was going to have Dunkley, so either way, it was going to to be all right.
Yeah, you went well. Yeah, beautiful.
I brought in
Joshy,
Rosie
mate.
and
Who
Clark.
did you trade in?
Oh no, Rosie and Clark. Rosie and Cripps.
Rosie and Cripps. Nice,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, so at least that worked
worried
out.
about Rosie a little bit, or
Well, it's the only half decent forward I could get without going down to another baseman right. And I needed a forward, so I couldn't even go Greg Clark or anybody like that. So it just had to be. He can sit there for a couple of weeks, and I mean, at the moment, like I talked about going to this week. But this week, I probably Greg Clark's probably going to be the only proper rookie on field.
a must have, and he went up 60k.
Yeah,
like,
first
fuck. So I joined you. I brought in Patrick Cripps. Finally fixed that wrong from Matt Crouch at the start of the season. And I also brought in Max Gawn for Grundy.
Nice.
I was going to bring in Oliver, and then I thought I'll go Cripper, save the 70k. They both scored pretty much the same. And then I'll bring in like Clayton Oliver or Took Miller next week. Yep. And then this week I've realised that I can't do that because I've got no forwards in my midfield to flick forward, and I've got to get rid of a Shelley, and I need to bring in Greg Clark. So I'm an absolute limp as to what to do this week. Who's your best on ground, Ben? Gorney?
No, Tom Stewart was my highest scorer. but I'd say the best on ground was Gorn because it was with the captain. But
What did Stewart score?
150.
Yeah,
157. 157. He
40
started on the
touches.
wing for Geelong, and 40 touches. So
fuck, that's outrageous.
Yeah,
That's outrageous. Josh, who's your best on, mate?
Dunkley. Fucking love Dunkley. Like, he is
he just
so
gets it
fucking
done, doesn't
consistent.
he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can just rely on it.
beast.
It's mad because he was started the season this well last year as well, and then until the shoulder popped, he was just tracking with the same numbers. My best on was Gorn, obviously bringing him in.
What did he score?
Pardon?
What did he score?
What?
I'm still not Gorn owner,
120. 120.
No, it's more than that. 149.
125. 125. But yeah, also
nice.
Jack Crisp was a huge,
it was more
considering
than that,
he
mate.
was.
It was more than that. He was 149.
Gorney was 149. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought you said
That's what I was
Cripps. I
asking.
was going to say you brought him in, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, no, Gorn. How much did Gorn
Yeah, sorry,
score?
mate.
Yeah,
149. Yeah, 149. Are you still not on the Gorn? Didn't get back on it?
I'm going to go after bias now.
Fuck it.
I've got too much to fix.
Just suck it up, mate, and admit you're wrong. Yeah,
I know. I'm wrong.
True.
I'm wrong. I've got other things I need to fix up. Rux isn't too bad at the moment.
Who do you want to bring
How's
in
your
this
bias
week?
structure looking?
Dreadful.
Yeah.
Fucking awful. Yeah. I've got about 14 people in but round 12. Mate. I keep telling myself as well, like, I've got good buys. I can get back in that hunt for a hat. I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
No,
who are you bringing in this week? Greg Clark?
I know who I'm getting out. I'm going to get rid of Josh Ward, and I've still got Hayes as a red dot. So because I got rid of Cherry, so I've got a backlog of red dots on my bench, so I've got to sort out. But there's a bit of cash there anyway, so I've got 600k in the bank.
Speaking of dots, mate, fucking hell, that camera angle on your head, mate. There's a few dots there.
Oh yeah, that's what we get, mate. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, mate. That's a cheap.
Look at him laughing at his joke
it's
for
fine,
5 minutes.
It's fine.
Is that what you like on stage as well?
Yeah, dreadful. Just me, just giggling to myself on stage. Yeah. Who are you trading out, Josh, your boy?
I think I'm going to get rid of O'Driscoll this week and Horn Francis. Go Greg Clark and Luke Parker. I think Luke Parker is playing more in that midfield.
I am looking at Parker. Yeah, I'm also looking at Jordan DeGoey because I have to get rid of Rochelle.
Yep.
And I'm obviously going to get rid of Xeri as well.
Yep.
I'm contemplating a double downgrade.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
I think the guy's going to get targeted. Yeah. I think Gold Coast did it and it worked well. For an extent, they just couldn't keep
think he was crook, so they kept him forward.
No, they targeted him a little bit.
He was a bit crook.
They got into him. I'm not sure if they were getting into it. I watched him. I was watching the game because I really wanted Gold Coast to win to stick it up, but they were fucking hitting him. They were getting into him a bit. And
I thought they was doing that because he was crook, but fair enough. But Rochelle's got to go for me. Sure. Lost some coin. Also, fucking Ben Hobbs can fuck off as well. He's winding me up. Yeah. But cool. Alrighty.
How many weeks have you had Hobbs in for?
Bought him in last week. After he's 70, and then he dropped that 56, and then the fucking 30. Fuck it, they're useless.
He's in my utility spot.
I was there going, he fills the stat line so well. Fucking cunt shit. Commentators are going, at least you listen to commentators go, he just looks like he belongs at the AFL level. He's played, he's only played 3 games. Fuck off. Like, you're watching the same game I'm watching. Nah, to be fair, probably Essendon's doing is to, sticking him forward in a useless team, but winding me up. So, alrighty. Should we move into our betting, or should we skip past our betting because we are fucking useless?
Mate,
this week we were pretty good. We were pretty good. We missed all on legs that should have fucking happened.
If you're not first, you're last, mate.
That's it, Ricky Bobby.
I know. How the fuck do you pay a forward 700k? You can't even kick a goal in a game. Like, seriously, like I was going for Geelong until who was it? Kicked the fucking goal in the last Blitzarves, kicked that goal, and I was like, well, I ain't going for. No, don't want Geelong to get any more goals now, so that's fucked my multi.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at the thing. So so Ben, yours lost by Tom Green, 24 touches.
Yeah, needed 25.
That fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Also,
he needed
Greg
2
Clark to
in the
get
last
20.
5. Oh, mate,
At
$2.50.
$2.59. Elite call by you, mate.
Sometimes I know what I'm doing.
My leg was Tom Mitchell to get 25 touches.
Mate, he's burnt me the
lost.
past couple of weeks, and I just don't touch him anymore. He's mud.
That is brutal. But and then Josh, you had one here where all your fucking tips lost, and then
I was
the
pretty
Jeremy
drugged up
Cameron
on that one.
So 2 bites to cherry, and you lost both of them.
Yeah.
And this is the rule I want to bring to you boys as well, right? So if we go this season and no one wins a bet, possibility.
Or if we go $1.20.
Yeah, last game of the season, $4.
I'll put my $10. Yeah, I'll put $10 on Brisbane to win this week. It's a shoe-in.
$1.02. $1.02. Get $10 and fucking 4 cents back, whatever it is. Are we going to go off or save the possibility that somehow 2 of us end on the same amount of money won? Are we going to go, or the bottom 2, should I say, the
double
bottom
forfeit.
2 people end on the
double forfeit?
Yeah,
double
forfeit.
Okay, I was going to say
if
we all end up. If we all end up on the same, win it all.
If we don't win a bet all year, that's what's happening. Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough. All right. Well,
is that what you wanted on the street? Or did you have another idea?
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe Josh taking 14 bets for his $10 means he finishes lower because he's had more bets that lose.
Yeah, more attempts.
No.
So, fair enough. I said it last week, but I just feel like this week, I maybe went a week too early, but absolute morals this week.
Yep.
I can't see a bet losing. And at what point can we start following our $10 and follow Latho's tips instead?
That's 2 weeks away, I reckon. That's the reason why I won the quaddie, mate. I just send him some money and go, do what you want. Yeah.
What's West Coast at the line?
Are you going to put it in? 100 points.
Fuck knows, mate. I don't want to look like.
Yes, you do. Don't lie.
I'll have a look for the boys. The line, West Coast line is plus 65.5. No chance.
No chance.
Extend it out to 100. 100-point win.
We'll win that game by about 130 points.
You gonna put that on the record?
Yeah, fuck it. 140 on the record.
All right. Chat to you next week.
Let's go into our tips. If
we're gonna do that, you have to do a forfeit next week. 140, and you do a forfeit if it doesn't happen.
Okay. What's the forfeit?
Good. Come on, Ben. Help me out here.
Jeez.
It has to be something to do with the podcast.
Oh, podcast.
Yeah. Get the.
Should we leave it for the listeners?
Yep. All 25 of them.
It's mainly the boys, so I'm sure they'd love a stitch up.
Yeah, true. No, I've got nothing.
You have to run around Optus Stadium yelling out flag mantle.
Can't now, mate. Can't run around my house. Jesus Christ. Come on, let's get into the tips. I think it was 6-all last week.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or even.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Used to
I'll quickly run through them.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'll quickly run through them. Bulldogs versus 2 Friday night games. Fuck off.
I know.
Oh, for fuck's sake. And they're both good games, aren't they?
Freo versus North, not a good game.
North,
That's
not a good
fucking-
I know I'm going to miss the
What?
good game because I'm going to be sitting there
Mm.
going, Freeman or...
Port versus
Bag
Bulldog.
matchup. Doggies for me.
Port
Port.
by 10 points.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna say
Margin?
the dogs. The dogs. Purely 'cause I want the dogs to win. I'll say by 11.
Yeah, my margin 30.
30 fucking hell,
30.
Jesus!
Yeah,
That'll
big
pay
blowout.
good money, mate, because they're $1.85.
Easy.
I'm assuming we're all tipping flag mantle.
Flag mantle, yep. Good.
Yeah.
North. One, yeah.
We can never talk about North again.
$10.50.
We said North at the line, and then Geelong pumped them.
What's North at the
Richmond
line?
or Collingwood? I'm not looking, mate. Be about 70 points.
Yeah. That'd be value,
Richmond
actually.
or Collingwood. Yeah.
Collingwood. I think Richmond have been hyped up because of West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
No Grundy, though. Right.
They look good without Grundy.
I didn't exactly in light against Gold Coast, mate. Fuck, that's one that you kind of want to really see the teams. I'll go Collingwood. Swans they'll beat Gold Coast. We all agreeing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Easily.
Geelong and the Giants.
See,
Where's that at?
Giants are getting my hopes up now because after they've just won.
It's at Canberra. But last time we played, the Saints were comfortable.
Yep. But I'm going with Giants again. They've got my hope up.
Yeah.
This is my chance to jump off them, so I'm going the Cats.
Smart.
Yeah, good. Fuck, that's a tough one. The Giants. Yeah, I'm going to bet the Giants. Bombers versus Hawthorn. Hawks every day of the week.
Yep.
$1.65. Free money.
The only thing I can think of is it the week the Bombers bounce back after we've just talked that much shit about them?
Probably, because I've said that the Bombers are dreadful.
Yeah.
But the Bombers haven't versed. This would be the easiest side the Bombers have versed all year as well. Apart from Adelaide.
Yeah,
but Adelaide
back
have
the Bombers, are you?
stood up. No, I'll go Hawthorn only because you guys tipped Hawthorn.
Yeah, also the Hawks took Melbourne to 10 points, mate. So,
yeah, I think.
Brisbane
Adelaide
against
beat
the
them last
Eagles,
year.
140 points.
Yeah, I think that's.
We'll think of a forfeit and post it. But yeah, Brisbane.
Yeah.
Ooh, Melbourne Saints. That's good.
Melbourne to beat Saints.
What I'm saying, yes.
Yeah. Josh?
Yeah, I think they'll get overrun by a hard ball.
And then Carlton to beat the Crows.
Yeah. Yeah. What am I on favourites this week? Good tipping. Fuck.
No. You tipped.
Oh, no, I
you
went
tipped,
Giants. Yeah.
Giants, yeah.
Yep.
You always tip the favourites, mate. Oh, no, Brisbane. You tipped Brisbane last week. Alrighty, boys. We'll jump into the questions. So we're talking about the Giants. Josh, you want to jump off? Lockie asked, are the Giants a finals team this year? And for me, no.
No. They keep getting my hopes up every
I'm just
year.
going to load up the ladder.
Yeah, they are sitting 15th right now, one spot above Essendon. I don't think they've shown enough to be. I think there's 8 better teams than them at the moment this year.
Yeah.
I think if they do become good enough, the percentage is going to kill them anyway. So I'm going to say no. Yeah.
As much as I love them,
Nice.
but they're not good enough this year.
Yeah. Sticking with the finals questions, Latho asked, can the Hawks play finals?
No.
Yes. Huge.
That's 2 weeks ago.
Only because of you you're saying that you're top 4. Fucking.
I never said top 4. I think the Hawks could easily.
There
I
is
say
there
could
is sneak.
easily. They could
It's a
sneak that 8th spot.
Yeah.
I think they will be in the fight for the 8th spot.
I don't think they're better than any team in the top 8 at the moment. I don't think they're better than the Dogs.
They're better than
either.
Collingwood.
They're better than Collingwood.
Well, they're not. I don't think they'll beat the Dogs towards the end of the year. So
Yeah,
they're still
fair.
the top 8.
Yeah.
They lost by a point to Carlton. They lost by 10 points to Melbourne. Like,
yeah, and they're both losses. That's the trend. So they're losing to teams who are in the 8.
He's got you there.
Like,
I'm saying like you're acting like they're a bottom 4 team. You're acting like they're a bottom 4 team. I think it'll click.
No, I just don't think they'll be like Fremantle of the past 2 years where they'll be competitive, but they're not going to beat anybody. They'll look good, and people go, "Oh, they might," and then they just don't. They just put them out.
Yeah, it's a fair. But I guess time will tell. If they don't make it this year, they'll definitely make finals next year.
Yeah, I'd
You're
be
gonna
getting on board that Sam
one as
Mitchell
well?
train.
Pardon?
Put a forfeit on that one
you
as
can't
well.
just make me do a forfeit every time one of my calls doesn't come in, mate. Like, fucking hell.
I know they'd get pretty boring after a while.
It's just tune in next week to see what other
He lost another one.
thing Adam's doing.
I mean, it'd be good for the YouTube, I guess.
Yeah. Lee asked, who is our favourite up-and-coming player? So I want to know what we define as up-and-coming. Like, are we saying third year is the max?
Yeah, I want to say max third year. Yeah, still. Yeah.
Is Luke Jackson in his third year?
Yes, he is, and that was what my answer was going to be.
That's why I was asking, because I was.
Well, see, I feel we should be picking people that. Like,
We'll say not
aren't quite there. Yeah.
Well, he's a premiership.
Player, and we're going not in our teams. Yeah, he's a premiership player, and he played all of last season, and he's playing all of this season apart from a COVID game. Like, I think we should be aiming for somebody who's like sort of just about to break in type thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep. Okay.
I
was going to say Chad Warner, but he played a lot of last year, but he's only a second-year player.
No, I'd still say that's up and comer. I like that actually.
Him and his bloody shepherd's pie haircut. I'm excited about his future.
Mate, what I don't know how to pronounce it right. Ginnivan, the blonde head. Yeah. It's got that Toby Green about him, and I fucking love
shit
that.
House.
Like,
he's a shit house.
Yeah, no, get around him. Like, anyone like that on any team, I love that. And just the fact that
Selwood comment, was
class.
Amazing. Did you see that, Josh?
Which one?
That when he when Selwood was complaining about the high tackle. And he did the Selwood bump the arm up to get the free, and then Ginnivan said, it was nice to win one off him because he's I learned that trick off of Selwood, by lifting the arm up, copping the high.
So good.
Yeah.
I know he's a number 1 pick, but Horn Francis, he looks like he's going to be a fucking gun of a player.
Yeah. Dacos too. I think looks exciting.
Yeah, he's that good that we've already forgotten about him, being an up and coming player.
He actually is like an inside. So he goes and gets it inside as well, whereas Dacos is always looking for the outside ball.
If you allow anyone to be biased for a second, I'd say old Bowie, 14-0, undisputed champion of the world.
Is he 14-0 now? Is he
14-0?
Has he not lost a game?
I don't know if you knew that.
That's some stat. I'm surprised they don't mention it.
Yeah, and all in all, he hasn't missed any.
Brisbane and Freo.
Yeah, true. We spoke about it earlier, boys. Fremantle and what happens when Fife comes back. So Connor asked, what happens when Fife come back? Who loses their spot? Also, shout out to Connor. Loves the podcast.
Love that. Thanks, Connor. Good bloke. I heard. What I think, who loses a spot? I think they just do a bigger like. There's going to be just a decent rotation between. Well, who's going to go up forward? We've discussed this.
Yeah.
No, it's
Tabernar
not one.
loses his spot. It's the key forward.
Part of me
Brody probably cops.
feels.
Yeah, Will Brody.
Part of me feels that. Yeah, I don't know. I think they'll want to try and
In the rotation.
keep. Yeah, I think they might add one to the rotation. Keep, because you're looking at otherwise pushing someone like a Sarong back out to a wing. I think that would work as well.
Yeah.
But he's been looking really well in that midfield. I don't know if they want to rule on that
Yeah.
too much. And if not, it might be Mundy moving to a half forward type role.
Yeah,
but
Mundy's
Mundy's
a big
just
good
so
up
much
forward.
class in that.
Yeah.
In that fucking.
He's just like fine
midfield.
wine, isn't he, Bundy?
Oh,
Yeah.
so
He's just looks at the top of his
got
game
time. Yeah,
when he's about
got time.
70.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We just signed him
It'd
for a
be
new
interesting
10-year
to
deal.
see. I'm excited to get Fife back. I say it like I'm a Freo
Oh.
fan, but I'm excited to see.
Yeah,
him
imagine
back.
me.
Like, yeah,
I see video.
Like-
I saw the news on Sunday of him training. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
yeah. Like they're so good at the moment. And imagine like, you get a dual Brownlow medalist in there. Kale asked, would an additional team for Tassie be good or bad?
Good.
Like a
Good.
new team or
Like a new team.
relocating North Melbourne? What are we talking?
Like an additional Tasmanian team, good or bad?
Like a Jack Jumpers of the fucking
Yeah.
AFL.
Yeah. I've got a long answer, so I'll go last.
Yeah, right. I'm not sold on Tassie. I'd love to see every state have a team, but it's
Well, yeah.
You could say, does the Northern Territory deserve one first? Like, I don't know,
Mate.
what's more populated. Like,
Yeah, it's a two-part question, mate.
Yeah,
so
I feel
I'm
like
glad you answered it because
they like there's a footy season on the opposite of us. Well, up in Darwin, like, and I know it's pretty renowned, it's pretty good up there. Like, can they get a team? I
think it'd be great.
I think they just say. I just think they say Tassie because it's closest to Melbourne. Logistically, Darwin's a hard to get up and running, same as Gold Coast, but I think it's more of a footy state.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
My initial thought was no, because it's 19 teams, and I don't want a bye.
Oh, no buy,
for a team, a second bye. But then he said, would a 20th team come from the Northern Territory? Was the second part to that question. But Josh, your long answer, mate. I'm keen to hear it.
So I'd like to see it go to 20 teams, but I'd also like to see it if we do go to 20 teams. I think I'd prefer to see it go to a conference system rather than 20 teams all in the same league. Yep. I think if you go down to 10 teams per league, you verse each other home and away, it then makes it an actual fair competition.
Yep.
And then you can have like your rivalry round or whatever you want. So Fremantle versus West Coast, or your Carlton and Collingwood game, or whatever you want. So they can be in different conferences and they can still verse each other. And I think the AFL probably should look at that, because you get to 20 teams in a 22 game season. Like, it's just an unfair system, isn't it? Like, you should be able to verse everybody home and away.
Yep.
And
it's a bit of the football aspect, isn't it? Like home and away, then it's fair. You can't decide. But I don't think, and this will be a controversial opinion, I don't think the AFL will ever be fair as long as the grand final is at the MCG.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
Because there can't be teams having their home games. Like, wasn't it like Richmond, like when they were in their dynasty, had like in the lead up to finals, had like 7 out of like 9 games at the MCG before finals. That's ridiculous. And you've got teams who have to then travel. And maybe biased because I'm a Brisbane fan and we choked when we had the finals in our backyard. But I just don't think it'll ever be fair.
Well, Fremantle, or West Coast, or like those two especially, we have to travel halfway across the country to play a game where, like, even if it is our home game, and the other team gets to sit there, fucking get all the preparation they want. Like, I think it should be allocated at the start of the season, just a new city, and just make it a minimum requirement. You need a stadium of fucking 55, 60 plus, or whatever it is, and because Queensland's going to get a new stadium for the Olympic Games, I'd assume, or they'll build the Gabba up. redevelop it. You know, South Australia's got a good stadium. Perth's got a good stadium.
Yep.
Melbourne's obviously got a good stadium. You can ship it around. Sydney's got good stadiums.
Yeah. I think the last few years have shown that the grand final will be a spectacle, irrespective of what
Anywhere it
city
goes.
it's in. I just know the traditional fans just think it's always got to be the G, which I don't have a problem with it being a G, 100,000 people, but I just then think teams shouldn't be allowed to have that as their home game.
I blame Ben as a Melbourne fan.
Yeah.
It's the MCC, the fuckers.
Hey mate, I watched my team
Fucking
win a
MCC.
grand final in Perth, mate. So it's fucking. I'm happy.
Yeah.
So and will that ever happen again? No, I don't see it happening.
I just think look at Geelong, man. Like Geelong's record at their ground is exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they make finals, their home
They can't play there.
is the G. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just shows
unless you
the
verse
record
Fremantle.
that they have. Like,
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, it's just fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. Move it to the G or keep it there. Don't decide. Oh, nah, because you're playing Freo, we'll let you play. We'll let you play there.
Yeah, I know.
Kayla asked us to pick our top 8 for the season, which I think we leave this because it'll take a while. In order. So what I want us to do for next week is I'm going to set you boys a little bit of homework. I want you to go on the AFL, the predictor.
Yep.
Finish it off and come back with your top 8.
Well, I've got number 1 is Fremantle, and then I'll go from there. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to knock off Brisbane and Melbourne. Yeah. By 100 points minimum. So
Kayla, you'll have to wait till next year. Yeah, forfeit if Fremantle don't finish top, mate.
And win by 100.
Forfeit.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, and then Gary, last question, boys. Gary asked us who our Mount Rushmore of footy would be, which is a great question.
Elite. Can I just have 4 Max Gorns, please?
Damn, my answer was 4 Brayshaws.
You can't have
3 Brayshaws with a Pavlich.
You can only have one. You can only have one person. One person per one spot.
Yep. Okay. Fuck, that's tough. I'll go last. I've got no idea.
All right, you go, Adam.
Oh fuck. Okay. Tom Rockcliffe
I'm thinking
the pig.
Numero uno for me.
Yeah,
not just fantasy, mate. It's just the amazing player, amazing elite. I'll never forget when he celebrated. Captain does for a bit. He celebrated in Boomer Harvey's face when we were shite, and I think he kicked like the winning goal or kicked a goal late, and then Boomer Harvey, he just celebrated by jumping over the top of him like Martin Keown against Van Nistelrooy. Just elite celebration. So Rocky's up there for me. Jonathan Brown will go on there as well. It's hard not to pick all Brisbane players because I really want Dane Zorko on there as well.
It's your Mount Rushmore, mate.
Yeah, I really want Dane Zorko on there purely because he sent me that video, and so me and him are we're boys, you know.
He knows who you are.
Yeah, we're texting every now and again. And then last person. It's tough, isn't it?
It's just I still have no idea. I've only got Max Gorn up there.
It's tough.
I think you sort of just got to pick a theme and stick with it. So yours is Brisbane. So just pick Jonathan Brown and or Brendan Vavola, surely. Brisbane great, Brendan Vavola.
I like Simon Blackton, isn't it? You know, or Vossi could be in
I
there.
Simon Black.
Simon Black. I'll stick with the Brisbane thing.
Yeah, stick in Brisbane. Should we just stick with our own clubs because?
I think that's what it is. You're biased, aren't you?
Yeah, I just want Pav on there so bad, and I'm like, I can't make anything else because Pav wasn't the best full forward or centre half forward, but he was just my favourite. Well, if we go Fremantle, we'll have to be
a goal, didn't he?
Yeah,
absolute snozzer on the man.
Pav. I mean, I do love Brayshaw. You got Fife as well. So, but
Can't
I'll
go
go.
on there
I'd
yet.
Have
say
Fife.
Fife goes up there, surely.
Yeah, Fife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's only Brownlow medalist, so has to be on there. My favourite fullback was Luke McFarlane, so I'm going to go Luke McFarlane because I fucking loved him so much. And then Adam McPhee, Fremantle legend Adam McPhee. I reckon to
Jeez.
finish off.
You may as well say Reece Palmer, mate. Like,
Yeah, get fucking
What, he's
get
one good
Crowley
season and then destroyed Barlow's leg, and I
Yeah.
cried that day. I was like,
Yeah.
not Barlow. Like every Fremantle
I'm upset
fan was
Valentine's
like, money
not
on
made
Barlow
that
winning.
cut.
Yeah, Ballantyne. Get him up
See, I like Ballantyne as a football player, but only as a football
Absolute
player.
shithouse.
Yeah.
Absolute shithouse. It was elite. Benny, who's your
No,
Melbourne Rushball, mate?
Gorney. So I'll keep two current. So Gorney and I think you got to put Petrarca in there, purely just on his grand final performance.
Smith,
Puts
yeah.
himself up there, and then throwing it back, Jimmy Steins. I think he's got to be up there, and I want to say David Neitz.
So, no Nathan Jones when he's stuck with you when your club was absolute fucking shit.
That's tough.
Yeah, scum.
And then drop him for a grand final.
Yeah.
Danaher's not even got a gig there.
Yeah, well, you
Nah,
can only put
fucking
4 on
disrespectful.
Yeah,
Mount
I'm
Rushmore,
stirring, mate.
so-
I'm stirring.
Yeah, I know. So am I.
I think if we look away from our clubs, people like Gary Ablett, got to be in there.
Dunstall.
Dusty, I think.
Dusty.
Yeah, Dusty's got to be in there.
I'd put Dunstall, Franklin.
Franklin,
There's
yeah.
so many to pick
Buddy's
from.
got to be up there.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
this year with Buddy kicking the 1,000th. He's put his name on Rushmore for sure. Yeah,
There's
that's
just
why it's
so
hard
many
because you
superstars,
want to
isn't
stick
there?
with your favourite sort of players, but then there's people who've actually
Gary Ablett Jr.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Have
they
them on
could
each
both be
side.
in there.
What was the one that played for Gold Coast? Nathan Ablett, whack him up there.
Yeah, get Nathan Ablett in there.
Big,
And then
what
get-
about big Daniel Gorringe.
Yeah.
in the middle.
All right, boys, that's all the questions. A bit of a long episode today, so hopefully people still enjoy it. Be sure to give us feedback. Let us know.
I need to add them though. I don't want to hear.
Yeah. Love to hear your forfeits, though. Probably irrelevant because we win by 140. But if you do,
Let's leave it up to other people. Yeah.
Chuck it in the socials. Chuck it in the socials. What are the socials, boys? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. YouTube,
Spotify,
Apple Music, Apple Podcasts now. Fucking, we are the big time being accepted into Apple Podcasts, mate. Elite
Took
class.
2 weeks,
So
that's nice.
all right, and till next week, we'll see you boys later.
Adios.
Catch up.